Chapter 10. The Golden Rooster Guides the Way. Seeing my unwavering resolve, Uncle Nine smiled with relief. He then taught me the fundamentals of Taoist arts and the essential rules for drawing talismans. Nature is governed by 5 vital energies: wood, fire, water, earth, and metal. All living things and phenomena are transformed and shaped by these 5 forces. Taoist practice revolves around drawing upon these natural energies through specialized techniques to accomplish feats beyond ordinary mortals. The most basic method of gathering spiritual energy in Taoism lies in the use of talismans. To harness the essence of heaven and earth, one must first cultivate their internal energy. The human body may be likened to a vessel. Common people are like sealed bottles, unable to contain spiritual power, while Taoist practitioners empty this vessel to absorb external energy and elevate their spiritual cultivation. After explaining these principles, Uncle Nine told me to keep them firmly in mind and practice diligently upon returning to the mortal world. Spiritual cultivation was never a quick endeavor. He then instructed me in the art of talisman drawing. Traditionally, Taoist priests must first purify their bodies through bathing and set up an altar to offer sacrifices to deities. A long list of intricate rituals follows, ending with the recitation of 5 sacred incantations: the brush incantation, the water incantation, the grinding incantation, the ink incantation, and the cinnabar incantation. Once the talisman is drawn, the brush is held upright with its tip pointed downward. The practitioner channels their full spiritual focus into the brush, striking the talisman paper 3 times. They then invoke the talisman with the diamond sword finger, exerting strength to embody the divine power infused within the charm. Finally, the finished talisman is waved 3 times through incense smoke to complete the sacred ceremony. The talisman arts Uncle Nine passed me were far less elaborate. I only needed to pay homage to the spiritual treasure lord first, recite the brush, water, and ink incantations, and offer a final prayer to the deity after finishing the drawing. Simple in theory, yet unbelievably difficult in practice. With my frail mortal frame, my attempts were nothing short of chaotic, scribbled ghostly marks. Before I knew it, 2 more days had passed. I had memorized all I needed to learn. I spent my time chatting casually with Uncle Nine, listening to his tales of subduing demons in his lifetime, and telling him about the modern world beyond the underworld. I explained that telephones, rare luxuries in his era, were now wireless devices called mobile phones. Hand chickens. Uncle Nine asked in bewilderment. Confused by his misunderstanding, I went on to tell him that young men and women nowadays use computers to chat and play games online, enabling instant communication. Calculating chickens, he gasped in shock. Have fowls learned to spin webs like spiders now? I struggled to hold back laughter at his quaint ignorance. Yet I could not blame him, for he had departed the mortal world 40 to 50 years ago. Hiding my amusement, I said, "Master, these are devices, not chickens." Uncle Nine could not comprehend such modern technology, and lacking the words to explain further, I let the topic fade away. Just then, a rooster's crow cut through the silence. The sound blared harshly across the eerily quiet underworld city. Uncle Nine glanced at me and smiled. "It is time to go. That yellow rooster has come to lead you home." I stared at him, surprised by his dry humor. A large yellow rooster soon appeared from the north, growing larger with every step it took. I swore I had never seen such a massive fowl. It was nearly the size of a horse. As the giant rooster drew near, I turned to Uncle Nine, overcome with sudden sorrow and reluctance. He had saved my life and taught me invaluable wisdom over these 10 days. I wondered what would become of him once I left. "Master, what will you do after I am gone?" Uncle Nine gazed toward the half-step inn and smiled faintly. "My mortal regrets are laid to rest. I shall go where I am destined." Anyone with sense knew exactly where that fate lay. I asked softly, "Will I ever see you again?" Looking at his young apprentice, bound to him by only 10 days of fate, Uncle Nine pulled a folded slip of paper from his robes and handed it to me. You will. This bears my birth date and 8 characters. Open it on your journey back. Once your cultivation reaches a sufficient level, on every 15th night of the lunar month during the hour of the ox, smear a mirror with well water and call my name. You may then speak with me through the mirror, even as I dwell in the underworld. The colossal yellow rooster came to a halt right before me, and my father's voice echoed in my heart, calling my name. Hurry and mount it, Uncle Nine urged. If you linger after your family calls you 9 times, you shall never return to the living realm. Grief washed over me in this moment of parting. I knelt at once, bowed deeply 3 times to show my gratitude, then leaped onto the rooster's back. On your journey, Uncle Nine warned, wandering ghosts will seek to lure you down. No matter what you see or hear, do not turn back. I settled upon the rooster's back as my father called my name for the 8th time. Tears stung my eyes as I shouted, "Thank you, Master. Thank you for saving my life." The 9th call rang out the moment my words faded. The rooster surged forward, pulled by an invisible force, racing toward the mortal realm. My heart was tangled with emotion, but I dared not look back. Uncle Nine's voice lingered behind me, clear and firm. Remember, never turn back. Upon your return, cultivate diligently. Never use talisman arts to swindle others for profit. Above all, keep your heart pure and uncorrupted. His words etched themselves deep into my soul, never to be forgotten. I unfolded the folded paper in my pocket and read the words written there. Wei Fengjiao, born in the hour of the ox, the 27th day of the 12th lunar month, Ren Qin year. I stifled a laugh. No wonder he told me to open it only on the road. Such a delicate, feminine name clashed utterly with his stern demeanor. The old man had simply been too proud to reveal it sooner. I tucked the papers safely in my clothes and clung tightly to the rooster. It ran at incredible speed, blurring all scenery around me like a special effect. I closed my eyes, letting the howling wind rush past my ears. Xiao Fei, where are you going? My grandmother's voice suddenly came from behind me. My heart jolted with fright. Had I already reached the mortal world? The rooster still raced onward, so this must be the trick of wandering ghosts seeking to drag me into their clutches. I clenched my jaw and ignored the voice, knowing turning back would seal my doom. The sound faded soon after. I opened my eyes to find myself no longer in the underworld city. The rooster continued its frantic dash through a lush, green wilderness devoid of flowers, yet filled with an inexplicable sweet fragrance. The scent held a bewitching power, stirring an urge within me to leap down and search for its source. I quickly pulled my collar over my nose to block the aroma, cursing the perils of this journey home. I stayed alert, wary of further tricks. The giant rooster never slowed its pace. Abruptly, a figure darted into the path. I recognized him at once, Yang Su. He waved his arms and shouted, "Where have you been? We're waiting for you to drink." He blocked the rooster's path, yet the great fowl charged forward unyielding, barreling into him at full speed and sending him flying. Yang Su crashed onto the ground behind us, screaming in agony, "Cui Zuofei, save me!" I paid him no heed, hugging the rooster tightly and laughing aloud. "Save you? Nice crash, big boy." I finally understood. These lingering ghosts invaded my mind, crafting illusions of my family and friends to tempt me. Their schemes were clumsy and foolish. After all, friends were meant to be abandoned in times of danger. I knew Yang Su better than anyone. He was far too timid to step into traffic, let alone block a charging beast.